Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and y'all know what it is. Okay, it is Wednesday, which is Foolishness Day, and we are here to discuss a whole bunch of foolishness that, girl, look, I just feel like sometimes we just have to acknowledge, okay, that sometimes you get what you ask for.
Do you want me to bring the receipt? Do I need to bring the receipt?
No. And Tasha asked, and Tasha received, okay? You can't be around here asking people to bring you stuff that they have that you really don't want nobody to see. Okay? Because when Tamika woke up today on March the 29th, of 2023, the year of our Lord and Savior, she said, oh, I'm going to get you everything. Not just some things, not just most things. I'm going to get enough around here to make you look foolish, to make you look like a liar, to make you look like the truth ain't in you, and God will be ashamed. Okay, and look, God, look, we have all sinned. We have all lied at one point in our life. Everyone in life has lied about something. Okay, even if the lie is as simple as I'm not mad, but you were mad. Okay, so Tamika said, not on my watch. You won't keep making me look like I'm lying because I have not posted the receipts. That ain't what's gonna keep happening around here. Okay, you want to keep playing? You want to keep playing with me, Tamika? Sorry, Tasha, you want to keep playing? And Tamika said, okay.
Do you want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts?
No. And receipts were brought. I woke up today to a few DMs and tags and messages, some texts and all that, because everybody wanted to be sure I was aware that somebody did the unthinkable. And by the unthinkable, I feel like I'm saying that Tasha never thought, well, Rocky Never thought. Because we know Tasha sometimes, and I'm thinking Rocky made Tamika think she did not have the power to speak up. And she said, well, I do today. I'm not who I used to be. I'm not that same young, teenager or that same young person in her 20s or in her 30s that was allowing things to go down. So today's live will be, a couple interviews and stuff that Tasha said. We will watch Tamika's response and all the receipts. We will touch on Eva and her divorce. We will touch on Drew and her divorce and a couple other things. And anything I have not covered today, I will cover tomorrow. Because I do not want to be around here for 18 hours. And if I add too much stuff, we will never get out of here. Okay? But y'all know we don't start with the main attraction. We end with that. So y'all know that Tasha and stuff will be towards the end, which won't be too long from here. Okay, well, I want to know and say first things first. I want everyone to take a little moment to subscribe to my channel, to become a whole JayBird, and. Okay, y'all know to also like this video, to comment in the comment section. Okay, to share this video. Also, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, also on Twitter, also on Tick of the Talk. Okay, I've been posting on Tick of the Talk. Now I'm here. Hi, girl, forgot my shirt. So here's my sweatshirt. I could put my sweatshirt on. I told y'all when I'm on camera and I have a little sweatshirt on, I take it off, put it on my chair, and that be it. Okay, so let me move my sweatshirt out the way. Okay, so it's not in my hand. Because if I jump out and you jump in, let me get some water. Hold on, give me 10 seconds, y'all. Give me 10 seconds. Because I got in the house at like 8:50 something, like 8:52. So I had not even had time to get my water or take my sweatshirt. Oh, this is what I want to work. I had to do nothing. I came in, got on the camera, and came in to do what it is we are here to do. I'm going to hope my signal don't be dumb because I see it's on one bar right now. So I may be freezing. That's fine. Pop off screen. Okay, I don't have time. But how y'all doing? How y'all mamas doing? How y'all daddies doing? How is everybody doing today? Okay, I'm gonna come back on screen. We're gonna let it be. Okay, check. Y'all know YouTube has been really, really funny acting or whatever, and they have been, putting up that we was, upcoming. We was on live. It was being dumb. Okay, real dumb. But I'm happy today it's not doing that. So it's going to be fine or whatever. But hi to the people. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. I'm going to leave my thing up because I just don't like when it be pausing and I be in pause and my mouth be open. It be weird. I look like an alien. Okay. Because I'm like, no. But how is everyone? How is everyone? Okay, hello. Ready for some foodlessness? Okay. Hey to everybody around here. Okay. Hi, everybody. Coming in and like the video. Hola. Como estás? Muy bien, gracias. Okay. That's all I know in Spanish. That's all I know in Spanish is hola, como estás? Muy bien, gracias. That's all I know. And I know uno, dos, tres. Anyway, but I hope everyone is doing good. I'm happy today that YouTube work with the notification because sometimes it don't. Sometimes it don't. And I've been real, so I've been posting on my IG. I posted I've been trying to let y'all know I'm gonna be around here on live, and so y'all won't start it know or whatever. So again, you gotta follow me on social media because I be on IG. Like, hey y'all, I'll be live tonight. So yeah, but hey to all the people, okay? Hey to all the people, okay? I'm just trying to say hi to everyone, okay? I'm so glad she did that. Now what, Rocky? Now what? Okay, look, I was like, she posted receipts. You hear me? She said, look, I got everything. What you got, Tamika? I got everything. I empty the clip. I said, well, girl, empty it. And she did. I was like, girl, they very much so miscalculated. They made that lady come out and say, get out my face. They made her say. Do you want me to
bring the receipt? Do I need to bring the receipt?
No. Baby girl, what you want, baby girl? I was like, I had to go and find that clip of Mariah and clip it down and make it a little gift because I want to be sure that y'all know that somebody brought the. I be trying not to have too many gifts and stuff because I be like, Anthony, I already talk too much. But I said, nah, I'm gonna have to keep that. When you want me to bring the receipts, baby girl, I gotta keep that. Okay, to pull it out when need be. Okay, right, I'm alright. Scared you. That's right. Okay, forced it down. Okay, forced it down. This shit is weeks long now. Each and every day. Each and every day. Well, because because they just be, praying they can reconcile. I'm gonna get my stuff later. Right, fine. Look, YouTube been funny acting recently or whatever, and I'm happy. I was thirsty. That YouTube works because sometimes it's not. Rocky Dang was signed on that check. Thank y'all for appreciating me. Hey, Universal Goddess, how you doing? We're gonna get into things. Girl, I'm trying to get stuff. Click. This is the funny thing. So I'm very much self-conscious about because I work all day. I work Monday to Friday. Don't get home until between 8:30 and 9. I'm coming up in the house or whatever. So when stuff happened earlier in the day and I don't have time to sit down and do a video, I'd be like, oh. But I have recently been recording, up to 10 minutes for TikTok that I then put on my channel to hold y'all over until I get home and I can fully go in with y'all. So I've been putting up, because this fall is pausing. I have been putting up, shorter reactions to stuff. But when I tell y'all I couldn't wait to get home to come to talk to y'all too, I was like, where my JayBirds at? I hope they come through. I got some stuff to say. Okay, we're gonna be around here. I'll be waiting to get home to talk to y'all too. But I kind of feel better. Like, okay, you can put up a little, less than 10 minute, reaction to what's going on. And they won't feel like they've already heard your opinion because you didn't fully give all of it out. Okay. So, if y'all don't know, in the daytime, I've been putting up little shorts, again, less than 10 minutes. It'd be like 6-7 minutes of my initial reaction stuff going. And then I come home and I look like, who on it? What's going on? What's happening? Do you want me to bring the
receipt? Do I need to bring the receipt?
No. Sour girl, come home, get it done. Okay. But yeah. Because I'm like, girls, like, here. Thank you, Juanita Franklin, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. That's my voice, y'all, as I sing. But yeah, brought it all. Look, it's stuff. I'm happy for those who I feel grateful for the JayBirds because we know everybody, every channel, every YouTuber, every blogger, every news site, everyone is talking about the same thing. But I'd be happy that I know the JayBirds still want to hear from me at 9 p.m. at night. Because my opinion matters too. So I'm very much so thankful for y'all. Hey, who got some? Girl. Hey, who got some? But yeah, okay. Tiffany 07103 finally caught a live. This is perfect buzz. I have nothing while I'm doing some last minute tasks for work, something to entertain me in the background. Well, I hope I am entertaining a lot. I am happy to detain y'all when y'all at work or whatever. Yes, we is here. Okay. The news is the same stuff over and over all day. We can have our quick daytime YouTube bloggers and we'll still come here if you like to. Thank you so much. I very much so appreciate it. I love you all. So let's get into some random stuff. Okay. Because I can see my signal going in and out. I'm not gonna be on camera that much, but y'all see me. Hi. The bun is back. Hi. You know, my edits didn't fall out from braids. I'm talking about I got great edits, but they ain't fall out. But hi, how y'all doing? My lipstick, I need to reapply about my lipstick is so I put this lipstick on today, this morning, when I left for work. I had a meatloaf bowl at work. I had 2 pieces of original chicken from KFC and about 7 French fries. And this is what my lipstick looked like. So if it don't look as fresh, I just haven't had time to reapply it, but we still here. Okay, now, what a friend Tasha needs in Jesus. He's the only one who can save her. I have a couple of congratulations we're going to get to on my Instagram because I've been just sharing stuff from Instagram before I get to the few things around here. So congratulations, confetti. If anybody watched, well, most of us watched Black Ink Crew, Chicago. So if y'all recall, Charmaine's cousin Danny, who got married to that man who hated Danny being around Ryan. Danny and her husband are expecting their child, okay, baby. Is it Tom Sale? I don't know. Baby Tounsel, okay, is on the way. Okay, so congratulations, confetti to Danny of Black Ink Crew Chicago, who she's pregnant and popping out a little one eventually. Okay, I don't follow her. I don't think I've liked her in years, but congrats nonetheless. But I know how she was on that show, ain't how she is in her real life. But babies are a blessing, and she's married. Her husband pushing our babies together. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya, confetti. Okay, so congratulations to Danny, formerly of Black Ink Crew Chicago. I feel like they shooting another season. I feel like that. And, you know, we're gonna see. Okay, also congratulations to Tati. Okay, a Black Ink Crew New York. She's also pregnant. Congratulations, confetti. Now we don't know who the father is. Tati isn't married, but it does not matter. You do not have. Look. The Bible. We know it. Like we know that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, people in today's time do not require marriage to be able to push babies out. So we're not gonna judge the lady. Okay, and maybe she keeping whoever she's engaged to, who she's dating, who knocked her up is a secret. Okay, I don't know because I don't follow Tati either. Okay, because y'all know I don't like Tati at all. She gets on my nerves. Okay, I don't like Tati more than I don't like Danny. Okay, but nonetheless, kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya, confetti. Okay, babies are a blessing, and she said this whole experience has been wow. I can't believe I'm having a baby. I can't wait to find out next week if you're a girl or a boy. I really feel you are a girl. Either way, I already love you so much. Baby J coming this July. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Punk ass Tory Lanez. Punk ass Tory Lanez has officially filed an appeal for his conviction in the shooting case against Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, I think I can say this, and I can say this on behalf of everybody in the world who don't like that man. Leave him in jail. I know everyone who goes to court and gets convicted has the right to an appeal. I'm not saying take the man's rights away. Let that man appeal all he wants. But while he's appealing, keep his little ass in jail. Okay, leave him now. And the crazy part was the lawyers are saying there was some evidence. There were things used in the case Okay, that was misleading, trying to undermine the client. And per the shade room, it's a lawyer claim that a couple pieces of evidence used against Tory in the trial were used to undermine his client. One piece of evidence that the lawyer is pointing to is a shirtless photo of Tory Lanez with a gun on his chest, meaning he has a tattoo of a gun on his chest. The lawyer is saying that that photo was only supposed to be used to identify him, but was excuse the jury to show Tory Lanez has a relationship with guns. I was like, the fuck? Sir, ma'am, whoever your lawyer is, he got the tattoo, which means he implied he had a connection with guns. So that's one of your appeal. Oh, they use a picture of a tattoo on his chest. First of all, Tory Lanez has a whole bunch of tattoos. Okay, let me Google that. Let me Google a little bit. Tory Lanez images. Tory Lanez. Let's do no shirt. Okay, let's do no shirt. Let's see. Okay, boom. Boom, pow, pow. He is not like he only has one tattoo. And the one tattoo he has, he has, I can't see no gun. Where's the gun? I don't even see it. Okay, where's the little man gun at? Where is it? Someone let me know. If they ain't not, what? He has a gun. Where's the gun? And if he tattooed a gun on his chest, that's that nigga fault. Okay? Do not get tattoos of things you do not want to be associated with. Okay? That is my only rule of thumb for anybody around here. Do not get tattoos of anything you do not want to have connected to you. Okay? And in closing, leave that little Negro in prison. I like the TV show. Y'all, I'm going from topic to topic. I'm trying to get to Toya and them at the end. You know what I'm saying? I get there. Not Toya, Tasha and them. I like the show Grownish. Been watching it since season 1. Next season, season 6, will be the final season. So at this point, all of the grown issues and the mixed issues and the family issues, whatever, them shows the issues will finally be done. All the issues will be done. Blackish is what it was. Blackish, mixed-ish, all the issues will be done because the last seat will last. When you have a show about college, it can only last so long. Okay? But, farewell, Avita saying good night. Okay? It was some of us. Oh, yeah, Meg. I wanted to show y'all Meg. Look, first of all, someone has said before that Meg's hair was fake. And they didn't like her when she went to, I think it was the Oscars after party, like maybe the Vanity Fair party. Her hair. So I was like, no, ma'am, that's her hair. That's her natural hair in this natural curly state, looking good. And is in this vintage 1997 two-piece outfit, looking amazing. Looking gorgeous. Okay? Looking like a pile of money. Looking like a pile of money. Looking like a pile of money. She looked like a pile of money. She looked good. Nails look good. Hands look good. Okay, we have to love. I refuse to not love on Megan Thee Stallion, okay, who went through things that were beyond her control. That's the old outfit from back in the day, okay? Either way it go, she looked good, okay? I look fly. Whatever song it is, I don't know. So congrats to that. I'm touching on stuff. I'm trying to touch on stuff. Did I touch on rapping? Not rapping and wine? Did I do that? I may not have. I don't think I have the picture in my thing. So Robin and wine. Juan, I posted a quickie on it. I just did not put any of it in my stories. Juan is never pictured with Robin in public. I don't know why, but he isn't. So allegedly, the same person he was pictured with, you know what I'm saying, at the little laundromat, is the same person he was then seen with, getting getting his nails done. And I don't understand why we always seeing Juan and he don't do Robin. Okay, I feel like Robin and Juan are trying to wrap us up in a drama to get them on a new season of the show. I don't care. I'm gonna leave it at that. I think that may be all I have for this part. You know, I know Derek was arrested. You know, he was arrested. You know, Monique posted $10,000 bond. You know, the lawyer was saying how, it's an old case from when he was in prison back in 2021, and it's not anything current. He not beat nobody up. You know, he did not fight Monique and on this and that and that and this. I feel like, get out my face. You know, his lawyer with Derek. Derek posted, you know, this from his lawyer. Okay, and he said everything in black and white. Disclaimer: I do not support or condone domestic violence or violence of any kind towards women or children. Put an end to all the fake news. This is a pending charge that occurred back in 2021 while I was in prison. This is an ongoing legal proceeding. I will not be answering any more questions. Let my lawyers work. Now, what I will say is he's smarter than Bishop Robbery, because Bishop Robbery is still around here discussing his case. And Derek, at least Derek said, I ain't saying shit. My lawyer can handle that. Now, the lawyer in this longer, I don't know what it said. Let me see if I can screenshot it and make it bigger, because I can't read that shit on this Wells Fargo paperwork. Because they can say whatever. But the lawyer said, blow it up, because your vision ain't shit. Jaylee. As in true in most criminal cases, there are two sides to every story. We look forward to presenting our evidence and addressing these allegations through the court system. That being said, we believe it is necessary to clarify certain misconceptions that have appeared on the internet and blah, 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 blah. Although this indictment was only recently filed, the charge relates to an altercation that occurred 2 years ago while Derek was still incarcerated. He was like, so did a prisoner, how does that happen? If you was in prison, whoever you fought had to also be a prisoner or a CO. So how is it 2 years after something happened, who's suing you? Anyway, the other party involved in the incident was another inmate. Oh, it's another inmate. Then how the fuck how does two prisoners sue each girl? Because I'm not a prisoner. I need to call a prison friend. To be clear, there are no current allegations that Derek has committed any crimes since he was released from prison nearly 8 months ago. Him and Monique been together for 8 months now. Wow. Except the time he was cheating. Anyway, Derek takes every matter very seriously and fully intends to defend himself against these allegations. He will continue to abide by the terms of his federal and state parole throughout this legal process, as he's done consistently since his initial release. Now, if you say so. If you say so. So again, they saying is Derek, his name is Derek Warner, and that Derek Warner versus the state of Ohio. I'm like, so is the state suing them? I just don't understand how someone who was in prison got into some kind of fight, and then after they got out of prison, you then want to sue for a fight that happened in prison. Okay, anyway, he went to prison. He did go to prison. He was arrested and he got out. That's his little mugshot down in a corner. Okay, little mugshot or whatever. He was booked. Derek Warner, felonious assaults. It does not give a date of offense, just a booking date, which was yesterday, and he's out now. Why? Because Monique posted bail. I mean, we knew she would. Oh, my mama. Oh, we know that's what she don't do. That's a man. She love that man. And if she love that man, he love her, and we know it's fake and fugazi for some time or whatever, whatever. Okay, whatever. I'm not getting out my face. Now let's get to my stuff. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon saying he does not give the mothers of his 12 children a monthly allowance. Again, he does not give the mothers of his 12 children a monthly allowance, but does provide for them what they need, they get. I was like, I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? And I feel like it can be both good and bad. It depends. I think my thought process is, if you get knocked up by Nick Cannon, but if you're already self-sufficient enough to, I guess have your own money or have your own stuff, you may not need a monthly allowance. However, I mean, I would want something. But if he's saying they just ask him for what they want and he provides it with no question, that could be amazing. Because what it means is, you may not need, I don't know. If I ask you, hey, I need $5,000. And if each month I ask you, I need $5,000, and you give it to me, then cool. But I still feel like, I feel like I know he ain't giving like Mariah Carey, like, because Mariah, you know what I'm saying? It's hard because I feel like both parents have to be financially responsible for a kid. I also feel like I feel like he has to contribute. I'm assuming he's saying there's no particular monthly allowance I send them automatically, but I'm providing for the kids because they just tell me what they need. I don't see an issue with that. As long as these women aren't like not asking for shit. Like, I feel like, Nick, I want a stroller. Nick, I need you to pay. Nick, I need you to pay for the nursery to be built. I'm hoping they're asking for stuff throughout time to support the children. But hearing it say, there's no monthly allowance he gives them, to me, this means I'm not on child support. However, it's a mess. It's a mess. And I also hope he's not waiting to give them stuff until they ask. It's just like, I don't know. Because he has 12 kids, by 6 women. And what he said per Jackson Brand is, I have so much respect and admiration for the individual, for each person. Everybody has their challenges, but when you really understand, the woman has given the greatest sacrifice and sacrificed her body to bring a child into this world. And that's the best gift any man could ask for. Will you ask for it 12 times? Okay, you ask for 12 damn times. And I don't know. And then when asking about, what he provides, he said, it ain't even about a monthly allowance or amount of money, because I don't give myself that. What they need, they get. There's never been something that one of the mothers of my children has asked for they didn't receive. That's why they called me the provider. Because you provide sperm. So I still feel like that's not him saying, it's not him saying or not saying, that he's not also providing on the regular basis. I still feel like, Nick, put your dick away. Jonathan Majors. This story, when it first came out, I was like, you know what? I don't want to say nothing. I've learned in abuse, physical assault, that stuff, to just wait. just wait and let a little bit more information come out. Because sometimes we hear these stories of stuff, okay, of things that happen. Girl, what? Go ahead. We hear these stories of stuff that happens, and we never quite have all the information up front. Okay, usually it's a one-sided situation that pops up, and we're just kind of waiting to get more information on what happened. And initially, the story came out, oh, he assaulted some woman, and we don't know who the woman is, and blah blah blah. And there was like strangulation, and this and that and that and this. And I was like, that is crazy. What is this? What the fuck is he doing? Like, why would you do that? Okay. And Jonathan Majors so far in the in his career, he hasn't really had much bad press at all. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I feel like people were surprised when we heard the story initially. Because I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. When more details came out that allegedly they were in a cab on the way, because it's allegedly his girlfriend. Okay. I don't know if she's white. We're assuming, because some folks are saying that. This is like the 10th live. No, this is my first live. I know other folks may have been live, but this is my first live today. Just saying. Anyway, allegedly they were saying him and this lady, who he does know her. I think he just does not want to say girlfriend. I feel like because they might break up because of what she did. But you don't know Jonathan Majors. Jonathan, you don't know Jonathan Majors? He is in the Marvel universe. He was just in Creed. He was in Lovecraft Country. He's made this. Just Google him. And just Google him. But allegedly they were in a car, in a cab, on the way home from a bar. She looked over and saw, a woman texting him or something. And then some kind of argument or some kind of argument pursued or whatever. She said that he, injured her, that she was abused, and blah, 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 blah. He had supposedly went somewhere else, came back. He had also allegedly called the police because he felt like she was tripping. So they said that he called the police first. And when they got there, the lady then said, oh, he beat me up or whatever. So that's what they saying happened. And I just feel like his lawyer said there is video evidence, there is witnesses, including the Uber driver who witnessed what happened. But there's proof that he did not do what she accused him of. Allegedly, also the girl is now recanting her story about what happened. And I don't, I don't want to say he didn't do it. I don't want to say she lied. I don't want to say anything, because if him and his lawyer is saying that there's proof that he did not do it, then put out the proof. Now he has to go to court next month. Or was it in May? Let me see what his court date is. The court date may be in May, because he was arrested. He was charged with, I believe it was like assault and harassment. But they were first saying stuff like, oh, it's strangulation and all this extra shit. Okay, when he was formally charged, I believe it was just with assault and harassment based on her complaint. But we can't say what he did. We can't, because I don't know. I don't know him personally. I don't know her personally. But when someone say, hey, there's this proof, then okay, put the proof out. If there's proof, look, in any situation, if there's proof, guess what you got to do? There's one thing anyone can do when they have proof that something happened that didn't happen.
Do you want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts? No.
Yes, you do. Okay, we need some receipts. We need to see what's going on, Jonathan. Jonathan, put up the receipt. Please and thank you. Let us know, because it can go either way. It can go either way. So, if the evidence comes out that she made that shit up because she was upset, because we can be pissed because dude is up here lying and we got some girl or whatever, and I'm pissed. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But nobody should be around here lying, saying that someone strangled them and harassed them and beat them if that ain't the case. Okay? That's my point. However, if there is no proof, if he's saying there's proof and there really isn't any proof, then that's something different. And this situation seems, by her recanting, by them saying that there's proof from the cab, the Uber driver, whatever, it seemed like she got pissed, called the cops, and said this and that, and now that has went further than what she wanted to go. She wants to pull it back. You can't pull back abuse allegations because people will always think, oh, he made her. You know what I'm saying? So once you accuse someone of doing something, even if you take it back, people then will say, did he force her to take it back? Did he force her? You know what I'm saying? And, we haven't heard much negativity about him, which does not make him innocent. It just means we don't have enough info to go back, and we don't know her at all. So all we can do is wait and see what comes out. However, if any proof come out that she lied, he should sue her ass. Because his ad with the army got pulled, he got moved. You know what I'm saying? He got this stuff out here that he had going on or whatever. People should not be allowed to lie on people because they pissed. Because that can ruin someone's career. Because folks will look at him different. So if it's proven that she said that and he didn't do that and she was lying because she was upset, her ass should be prosecuted the same way they tried to prosecute him. I'm just saying. Okay? I want to touch on this, not much, but a little bit, because I agree with Maddie. There is a trans woman who did an interview saying or talking about a sexual escapade that she had with rapper Kevin Gates. And I love the fact that Maddie, who is also trans, made a point in saying, if you are a trans person and you want to be looked at as who you are, you should never try to weaponize who you used to be and be a stereotypical transgender shamer, is my words, okay? Because it does not make sense if you consider yourself to be a woman, as a trans woman, but you want to shame someone for dating you for clout. That's too stupid to me. If somebody likes you and they know who you are, to use that to shame them is stupid to me. And I appreciate when someone who's also in the trans community comes out and says, hey, sister, brother, whoever it may be, whether it's a trans woman or a trans man, you wrong as fuck. Now, I feel like we never really hear from trans men shaming women who fuck with them. I never understand why we have trans women, not some, not all, I'm saying some, who likes to use it to expose celebrities for attention. And her question was, what's the reason? Like, that's stupid. And in a separate interview I saw Maddie on, when someone asked her, like, well, do you tell people this and that? Like, do people know that you're, because, Maddie will tell y'all, Maddie will let everybody know she has a dick. Okay, she will say that. But she said in the interview as well, it's like, yes, I always let folk know because I like my dick sucked. I said, Maddie, that was Maddie. But y'all know Maddie real raw. Okay. Maddie said I would never not tell someone who I am because I like being pleased. So they have to know because I want them to please me the same way I please them. And so I just love the fact that she was saying we can't be around here exposing people. Because if you are who you are, then be who you are. Don't try to shame someone who likes you. To use it as, oh, guess what he did, girl? I got a dick and he sucked it. It's like, why? Why? You should be, you should be seen however it is you want to be seen, but you should not be trying to shame someone who likes you for whatever the reason may be. If they like you because of this or that, what's the point of you shaming them? That to me makes you look dumb. It makes you look foolish. It also is just messy and uncalled for. It's also, that's why they say that people be riding and taking people out because you know what I'm saying? That's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? And they only do that to celebrity men. But you're not exposing your dentist who like you. You're not exposing whoever, the pizza delivery man or whoever it is that like you as whoever you are. You only expose folk who you feel like it'll give some clout. And Maddie's point was, what's the reason? What's the reason? So what if he went on a date with you? Okay. You ain't dated anybody else? Or was it only Kevin Gates? So that's the part that kind of gets on my nerve. So I just need folk to know, if you want people to accept you for who you are, don't try to shame someone for being whoever it is you are. Okay? I want to just touch on that. Let's get into Drew and Ralph. But first, I need y'all to like the video. Because y'all don't like it is the thing to do. So, Drew and Ralph, who I'm not going to, they still getting divorced. I feel like it was a whole thing about them getting divorced. And we haven't heard much from them since then. How they both rushed down to the courthouse to file for divorce, and they've been silent ever since. However, Drew is now saying, Judge, I know, Judge. I know I rushed down here and said, give me divorce. I know me and him was, made it a spectacle because he came at 12 and I came at 1. Or vice versa. We was around here trying to get, I know it seemed messy, but Judge, I need you to please seal the divorce records. Because I have repeatedly said my husband cheated on me and I don't want nobody to know. I feel like, look, I don't know if I feel like because they are on a reality show, they can't try to make things private. But I also feel like, why should someone's divorce be for public knowledge? Like, can we look up regular folk divorces? Like, Tom and Betty White of Bucktooth, Mississippi. If Bucktooth, Mississippi, has privacy for their people, should famous people be allowed to request a judge to seal the records? Even if ever since we've seen them on their season, they put us in their business. Okay, Ralph and the damn trip to Tampa. Drew around there when he told her that she don't deserve Lunchables. I'm sorry, that she don't deserve laughter. She deserves Lunchables. So much we have seen from them and heard from them, and it's been messy here and messy there, or whatever. We've seen the demise. We felt like Drew did not deserve all the bad juju that we seen that feel comes from Ralph, and now that they're divorcing, and they want to keep the record sealed and hidden from the public. And both Drew and Ralph are both asking, to hide it. And they said we're both public figures on some level of acclaim due to our roles on a well-known TV show and other career pursuits in the entertainment industry, okay? And we need the judge to say, hey, protect us. Please, judge, please protect us. And more importantly, our minor children from the unnecessary invasion of their privacy and undue embarrassment. Drew, you and Ralph was all around here on the Atlanta Housewives, okay, embarrassing them enough. The fact that we know that the oldest son, Daddy, was in prison. The fact that we know that Ralph was in Tampa and would not tell you where he went. Y'all, in my opinion, have already embarrassing kids. So, I mean, what else? What else could come out that's more embarrassing? You already accused him of cheating. We already felt like he was cheating. And truth be told, we forgot y'all was getting divorced. So let's see. Yeah, divorce records are public, and that's definitely how you find out. If divorce records are public for regular people, it should be public for famous people too. And what I mean, stay married. If you don't want no one to know about your divorce, well then stay married. Okay. Other than that, what you want us to do? I don't know. Okay. The judge has not made a ruling, and if they will seal the records. Okay, but I feel like an easier way to not embarrass your children while divorcing is have an amicable divorce. Don't have both y'all running down to the courthouse to file. Decide all that shit before you file. Like, sit down with Ralph and say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Make a plan. Iron all that shit out. So that way, once y'all file for divorce, it's already handled. But y'all was rushing to file, and now y'all protect my girl. Bye. This one we did not see coming. Okay. I said, Lord, Eva, her husband, divorcing. No, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Only because we don't really hear much from Eva and that man. We don't. They have them beautiful children. They be chilling. She's a model. He's a lawyer. The kids are beautiful. She be working. She's an actress. We would see them in their family photos for the different holidays or whatever. We didn't see much about them. So when we found out that Eva filed for divorce from Mike, I was like, wow. After 5 years of marriage, they have 2 kids together, plus her daughter Marley, who we adopted. And I kept seeing people in the comment section when I posted this yesterday. I kept seeing folks say, oh my God, they getting a divorce. I can't believe it. And she let him adopt her daughter. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I think people don't get, when you are in love and you marry somebody and y'all together, like, no one is thinking, I'm not going to let my husband adopt my daughter, even though her birth father ain't shit and is a bit cuckoo and needs some treatment for stuff or whatever. So I'm not going to let him adopt her, even though he's the only father she's really known. So I feel like The fact that Eva, allowed Michael to adopt Marley is that's still her father. That's still her father. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see any issue with that because that's her father. Her birth father, as we know, Kevin McCall, had many different issues or whatever, and has not been in her life at all. At all. So Michael is that little girl's father. So them divorcing does not mean he ain't the daddy no more because mom. No, they're still family, and we hope that he will still be family to the children. Okay, because they're let me show them on the screen. Adorable children. Okay, little angels around here. Where is it at? Boom. You know what I'm saying? Little cutesy wootsies. The two sons and the old, great. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a blessing. Now, Michael spoke directly to the Japan brand and gave a statement because again, he filed for divorce, she filed for divorce. He did not. And he said, I'm going to fight for my wife. I'm going to win her back. I'm going to prove to her that we should be together and that I love her and she loved me and our love can stand the test of time. Now, to me, I feel like, did y'all break up? Did you cheat? Because when someone said, I'm going to prove to her, you know what I'm saying, that, we're meant to be together, to me, that it feels like, oh, did someone cheat? Oh, what's the reason she feels like y'all are no longer, as in love as y'all used to be, to file for divorce and then say it's irretrievable? What is it? Ingrid, girl, they can't get back. I can't say that word. It's irretrievably broken. And he said, I'm not going to lose my wife. I am going to fight for her with every fiber of my being. I love her, and I plan to show her how much I love her, and that our love is strong enough to get to the other side. The other side of what? What happened? Who did something? We need to know. Okay? We just wondering, did he do something? Did she do something? Like, I don't know. I don't know. So, unlike Drew and Ralph, this wasn't like a messy thing to where, they both were saying, like, she ain't said much or nothing about the reasoning. So I don't know. Anyway, we shall see, because we can't say we hope they may get back to that. Because what if he did some fucked up shit and we like, girl, leave him be. Leave him be. Now she did say she wants, him to, cover the kids like doctor bills or whatever. She does want to get child support. She wants, to be the one to have, physical custody of the kids on a regular basis or whatever. So we shall see if he tries to say, I don't want the kids myself. So now some damn well. So we're going to wish and hope that whatever's supposed to happen, happens. And whatever works out, works out. Let's get to the shits. Now, Tasha of Escape has been doing interview after interview after interview with anybody she can. Okay, she was on Cocktail of the Queens. She done a couple interviews recently. Okay, now I have we're gonna watch some of what she said. And I feel like she kept talking because she felt like, well, my sister not gonna, talk about me. She not gonna share the show. She did it because she felt like she could. And I felt like, girl, you made me want to shut up. You made me want to be quiet, okay? But I want to play y'all a little, where is Tasha at? I want to play y'all what Tasha had been saying, because Tamika's response, which we were watching seconds, I did not start taking notes. I just cut it together. We're going to hope that, you know what I'm saying, shit don't get flagged. So I just want to leave it be. If you're watching the replay back and you're not seeing videos, I cut it out because I had to. But again, that's why you should always be here for the lives, okay? But Tasha's story kept changing, because on the show it was money. We got no money. To at first her saying I didn't steal her money. I don't steal. It went from that to Rocky saying on Tasha K phone call that the royalty people was sending Tamika Tasha money. Meaning, in my opinion, the checks were coming in Tamika's name and y'all cashed them because y'all felt like it was Tasha money. To her then saying, I just want clarification. I just want to whatever. Okay. So let's see some of the stuff that Tasha has been saying recently.
This, but since everybody want to speak on it, and I ain't spoke on it, let's speak on it. Last year, the top of 2022, my husband initiated the conversation with the label for me and my sister, that's right, to do a gospel album, a gospel duet album, the two of us, the Scott sisters. But they ain't tell you that though, huh?
So again, in Tamika's video, she's going to bring up the wording on this email. And the first time I read it, I said, I do feel like, you know, it sounded a little funny, because the part where it do say, I hope you had a great Super Bowl weekend. I just want to follow up with you, EJ and Monica, and see if you had a chance to speak further with your team regarding Tasha and Tamika. That was the end of one thing. It then says Jean or Jean, I don't know, Rocky and I shared with the ladies how great the call went last week, and we're all super excited for the next steps. And Tasha point was saying Rocky was the one out here setting up a deal for me and my sister. But Tamika pointed out how the conversation and the wording in here shows this email ain't even from Rocky. It's from somebody else. I said, she right. So Rocky did not even send this email. Who was it? Okay.
In all transparency, I really didn't want to do the show. I'm being honest. You know, but I talked to my sister and she was like, you know, we can get our cookbooks out, we can do the spices, we can do music outside of the group. And I believed her. And what's so funny? Truth be told, I've always had my sister's back. Y'all don't remember?
No, we don't. She's trying to build up this case of her always defending Tamika and having her back. We think it's some bullshit.
Now moving along. Since it wasn't clear, let's talk about this $30,000 lie. Now keep in mind, I learned it was $30,000 when I watched it with y'all.
No, what? Again, I said myself, I said, how did you learn something when we watched it, when you went through it? She brought it up on camera.
Now let me get this straight. She said it was 10 years ago when she was pregnant with my niece. At the time, it was just me and my sister. We were Escape. So hold up. Let me get this straight. This was supposed to happen before we filmed Still Kicking It. We made a lot of money. Then we went on to do the Great Escape Tour. And we made millions. I mean, we made more than $30,000 a night apiece. And I still ain't heard about no $30,000.
So she's claiming she never heard about the money. She never heard, Tamika never brought it up. She had no idea about the $30,000. So do we now feel like it's because it was more than $30,000?
For the record, I did not steal $30,000 from my sister.
If you stole $50,000, is that your joke?
You know how she do. So now, I guess I'll just wait on my apology. Now let's talk about old Rock on the Block.
So why is Rocky in Escape's business when none of the other husbands are?
Rocky's been in the Escape business since 1995, when he was asked by Candy to manage the group, when originally he was managing me. Rocky was responsible for bringing in lawyers to reconstruct our deal in 1995.
I think she lied. I meant to cut that part out because I didn't care. I want to get to her other video. So she was on Cocktails with Queens, okay? On Cocktails with Queens, which I still look. I know no one is going to have her on their show and be like, "You're a liar. You're a liar," and God ain't. No one gonna do that. I feel like people have been giving her the chance to just be honest and say what's going on and let it be. But seeing her on this, I'm showing because it was her right there. It's her on Cocktails Queen, and then another interview I found that she did where she's doubling down on some bullshit. So let's listen.
But I do respect Tiny because she did pay him something. Kudos to you, boo.
Do you feel like there's a misconception of who Latocha Scott is at times? And what would you like to say to that? Because does it get frustrating when PR people say, take the high ground, don't say anything, be quiet, just like, I'd be like, F that, I want to say my truth. Yeah.
But if you don't keep lying, ain't no point in saying your truth. And I feel like on look, Claudia, Vivica, Lisa Ray, and Selena, a part of me feel like they did not keep it real with her. I know they weren't there. I know that. And all you can do is ask the person what went on and, let them speak their piece. But I'm like, none of y'all want a girl, you show you anything, no money? Was it more than 30? Was it less than, you know what I'm saying? I also would say it was great for them to want to support her and throw some great emotional support her way so that she don't feel like everyone hates her. But I also feel like you can't keep lying and trying to change the narrative versus saying, hey, if I'm around here, I do not want y'all asking me about that. Because you can literally say, I do not want to answer that question. So beforehand, you can tell the interviewer, hey, do not ask me about the 30K. If you want to ask me about me and my sister's bond, if we can get better, cool. But let's not discuss the money. Tasha chooses to keep talking about it. And when she says stuff, it doesn't seem like she's being truthful.
I've been quiet for a long time, and I think the misconception for me is that I'm a mean girl or that I'm a thief. Even with this $30,000 allegation from my sister, of which I've always wanted clarity since day one.
So now she's saying, I wanted clarity. In her own PSA, as they call it, on her YouTube, she said, I never stole no money. I didn't know about no money. She's just downright denying even the existence of some stolen money. And now she's saying, I only wanted clarity. I feel like if someone tell you, hey, you stole my money, not one time have we seen her say on any other interview that she's only wanted clarity about what happened. Never. Even her saying, I only knew about the 30 grand when watching the show, even though we saw Tamika bring it up on more than one occasion. So it's the fact that when she's doing these interviews, she's spinning stuff that just does not seem like it's the truth. No one wants to admit they stole their sister's money. No one wants to do that. But I feel like if you can't be honest and not try to change the direction of a conversation, just don't say nothing. Because now here she's saying, I just want clarity. And what? You either stole it or you didn't. Look, if someone tell me, Jaylee, you stole this from me, I don't need no clarity. I didn't steal shit from you. You lying. And if you have proof I stole it, put it out here. Anyone said, I want clarity in what she mean. What do you mean? You either did not, like no one, because I didn't rob a bank. I don't need any clarity of someone accusing me of robbing a bank. I didn't rob my bank. I don't need no clarity. I wasn't even at the bank. How could I rob it? I think in every interview she's done, because she's seen the backlash of it, she pivots a little bit in each interview to try to change the narrative and hope that works. And each time she changes the narrative, it looks worse.
I've called, I've reached out, I've sent voice messages.
Let's rewind a little bit. Let's see, 25.
Yeah, I've been quiet for a long time, and I think the misconception for me is that I'm a mean girl or that I'm a thief. You know, even with this $30,000 allegation from my sister, of which I've always wanted clarity since day one. I've called, I've reached out, I've sent voice messages, like to try to get clarity, because you're talking about something that happened 10 years ago that I know nothing of, and I'm finding out in scene. So my thing is was this for a storyline or was this real life? Because in real life, me and my sister, we talk.
So again, now she's saying, was it a storyline? Is it a story? Really? Did you thank you for the super chat, Carrie? Did you see their dad interview about the situation? He really aired a lot of things out. I haven't seen it in full, no. I seen the beginning part of it of him just saying how the mama and him broke up and went their separate ways, whatever. He's closer to Tamika than Tasha. But other than that, I have not, so I don't have any I haven't watched it yet. I haven't. But for Tasha, I feel like what was I just saying? Lord Jesus, my brain. How it was 10 years ago? Was it for a storyline? I feel like the fact that y'all was already fussing about the situation that happened in Vegas like a month prior was probably already storyline enough. So I feel like, okay, now let me paint the picture that she made up something for the show. So not only is she a liar, this in general, she make up shit for attention. So again, let me try to make people feel like, you know what I'm saying? She is just, you can't trust Tosh, you can't trust Tamika. If you want clarity on something, why make it seem like she's making stuff up for the show? You know what I'm saying? So again, she keeps changing the narrative.
And you're talking about 10 years ago, and I'm calling you, and if somebody accuses you of something, they should be able to talk to you about it. It's not even about the $30,000. It's about having my sister back. Like, I'll give you that.
And if that's the case, why don't Tamika already said that she don't have your number? So now you're saying, I've called her, I've did this, I've tried to reach out, but she don't have your number. So again, she keeps trying to change the narrative because it's really she say. The difference is the only person whose story keeps changing is Tasha's, not Tamika's. Each interview, it changes a bit more to where I want my peace. I need my quiet time. It's too much over there. To I'm trying to fix it. I'm reaching out and she not answering me. It's like, well, which one is it? Because on the show, when she tried to talk to you, you didn't want to talk to her. But now you're saying I'm reaching out and she not answering me. Okay.
You need to talk to me. I don't want to hear from somebody. You're talking to everybody else outside of me. Talk to me.
Word.
I'm your sister.
And so you said it here first. You said it on Cocktails with Queens that it's not true and it's fake news.
It is.
And you would give it all to have your sister back. You want your sister back.
And the thing is, the cameras are off now, so she need to talk to me. Ain't no camera rolling. So let's talk. That's family. So yeah.
I hope you're able to do that because you do look hurt.
And my thing is, if you really wanted your sister back, you would have been stopped interviewing and saying stuff, because every time you say something, she can say something. If you really wanted to fix it, you would say, okay, let me talk to her and get some clarity, and then clear it up. But to me, they both are in the, talking about it or whatever. So Tasha can make it seem as if it's just Tamika out here doing crazy shit. Now, she was also on this, I forgot what station this is, okay? But she was also interviewed recently. Let's listen to this one. This is a new one. I don't know if anyone's put this up, but I just found it.
Difficult was that conversation for you about wanting to do this project on your own, because some people may or may not wanted to hear that?
Well, to be honest with you, the project was for my sister and I. Mm-hmm. My husband was very instrumental in making that happen. He had already set calls up the top of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So again, she's saying that in 2022, the top of 2022 is when her husband was trying to set up these deals and these things for a duo. But my thing is, if that's true, if the whole point was supposed to be for you and Tamika to do this duo, why is it that for the season you never mentioned it was supposed to be you and Tamika? Every time you talk about your solo career, solo, you've never mentioned it was supposed to initially be you and your sister. So now, okay, now that the show's ended, because let's get it straight. The show was taped last year, cut and edited last year. You know, we've seen the girls on tour since that. The show is now airing. We've never heard you mention that you and Tamika were working on a duo situation. I think she thinks if I keep blaming other people for the thing that's going on, it'll make me look better. Because I'm saying I didn't do nothing. It was supposed to be a dynamic duo. It was supposed to be us together. And it's like, well, man, why did you never say that until after the fact to try to make it seem like, oh, she's siding with Candy and Tiny, but before she was trying to be with me. But I'm like, no one had an issue with y'all doing whatever. But how you did it was fucked up. And you keep changing the narrative.
Say the Scott sisters are going to do something else, and we talked about what it would look like to do things outside of the group.
Yeah.
Because the focus was always on Escape, and then there were times we would want to do things and people would just say, oh, y'all stay with Escape, and so we were like, okay, we're not going to do that this time.
And what the reason we know that's a lie, there were at least 10 years of time to, oh no, I'm naturally, so y'all know I love to correct myself, because there is a website. Now, it ain't the website that's on the link on her page, and I don't know why anybody would have a link on their page that isn't to their stuff, but I'm trying to see where it was. But I saw it somewhere else. Well, yes, they still don't have the right website. I think maybe it was an underscore. Maybe it was an underscore. Was it an underscore? It was something. No, that ain't it. At the end of the day, I can't find it. But I saw it on maybe a video. It was something she had posted, and then she posted a link to her stuff. I just don't know where I saw it. But let me see, because I don't like to say, that somebody don't have something. But what I can still say is the website she has that is linked to not even her fucking YouTube page. Girl, ain't nobody got time to be trying to find us. Girl, you can't find nothing. Girl, not nothing. Oh, here you go. I think it's on. Let me see if it's on her page. Because I'll show y'all. It ain't here either. Girl, I don't know. Either way it go, there is a website, but as y'all see, I can't find the shit. It's too hard to search. But I saw it, and there was a YouTube, not YouTube. There was maybe I found it through Rocky's page. Let me see. Let me go to Rocky's page. Rocky Bivens. And it was like old stuff that was posted. Because I was like, where is it going? Where is it? I don't know where it's at. But again, nobody should have to search so hard to find your brand. And to me, that was stupid. Because I was like, where is it? I can't find it. And I was like, looking. Either way it go, there is a website for that made girl stuff, but the shit is unfindable. But I'm like, I'm leaving be. Because that's kind of crazy. But was it on? Where did I? Girl, because now I'm like, because I saw it and I'm like, oh, I gotta mention how there's an actual page. There's actual stuff. But we can't find it nowhere. Can't nobody find it. She can't find it. I can't find it. We can't find it. Okay, and if we can't find your shit, then what's the point of you selling it? What's the point of having a line of clothing that we ain't seen nobody in? If no one can find it, and so I'm done looking. But let's get back to what she was saying. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it was us.
Yeah.
In the beginning, and then things kind of took a turn, and I was like, okay, now we're kind of going left, and we're not yoked. And when I go into a project, like, it's the energy got to be right.
It does.
The love has to be there. It can't be back and forth, no banter, especially when you're doing inspiration. How you gonna inspire other people when you're fussing and fighting? So I chose to just do it on my own.
Girl, well look now, because you saying, how can you be out here promoting gospel music and you're round it in the dumps? I mean, like you. Because I feel like she's trying to, in this conversation, let me make people feel like Tamika's the issue. Let me make folks feel like, don't support her, support me. Because we were supposed to do some gospel stuff, and then she got all kind of crazy or whatever, and I had to be on my own. And I was like, ma'am, no. Just stop. So again, it's her trying to change. And my thing is, you should be able, this is my thing. When you are in a group and, things don't work out, y'all fussing or whatever it may be, and you go solo, cool, be solo. But your conversations in each interview is always shady to the ladies, as if they're the ones who doing all these bad things, and you are the one trying to get away from the negativity. But it's like everyone else in the conversation is like, no, ma'am, it's you. It's you. And even if the girls, meaning Tamika, Tiny, Candy, or whoever, even if they were not saying anything, how you and Rocky was moving on the show, stuff that's coming out right now, it's showing that y'all are not in the best light. And you've always said before that you would try to go solo and things would not work out. Well, tick tock, ding dong, ding dong. Message is not going well this time either. And could it be because you started this journey with ill-gotten ways? Ain't nobody checking for you because you're coming off like it ain't right. And I will say that song she has is an amazing song. It really, really is an amazing song. And the sad part is no one is going to not no one, a lot of people are not going to support you because you seem like you're being dishonest. Even though you have a great voice, you seem like you be lying. Even though you are very talented musically with your voice, you seem like you're full of shit. So it's hard for me to listen to that song when I feel like she not being honest. And we all sin, we all mess up, we all make mistakes, and I get that. But when you are older, in your 40s, and you around here causing havoc and lying and backstabbing and this whatever, it don't seem well. If you wanted to be solo or you just did not want to be in a group, you could have easily just left and not try to make it seem like people was hating on you, and I had to be secretive, because if not, it would have got ruined. Look what happened. And that's sad, because again, you've had. Oh, I was gonna say, when she said her and Tamika was gonna do gospel stuff, and people kept on saying, "Oh, but Angel in Escape." I felt like y'all had not been in Escape for so many years that anyone's telling y'all no, this did not want to work with y'all. It could not. Y'all ain't made music in years. Escape came back together in 2017 after breaking up years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like y'all had ample time to do whatever solo. However, you waited until Escape came back around under Candy's popularity on Bravo, and y'all came back out as a group. So of course, folks felt like then y'all couldn't do nothing because of whatever. But you had years to be solo, ma'am.
And with that, I think too that may have probably set my sister off in a way. You know?
Again, that set my sister off. That people did not want to. I'm sorry, that I chose to not do stuff with her. That set my sister off. Okay.
Because she was like, oh, we're doing it. So people don't even know that. And I didn't get a chance to talk about it because a lot of the scenes have been edited. You know, it's a lot of editing going on. And I mean, it's for ratings too, you know, and I get it. But at the end of the day,
scenes have been edited. Doing it for ratings. Again, changing the narrative that, oh, all of this is because of the show and my sister out here doing things for the show. Producers and production is cutting and pasting whatever to make things seem some kind of way. But even in your interviews outside of the show, you still come off just not genuine. And like you're trying to paint a narrative that you don't believe. That Rocky, it's a scheme that Rocky set up to bring us the bullshit.
That's my family. Right. You know, and you just want to make sure that we steer clear of what people's opinions are. Yes. And stay prayerful, the two of us, because we have to go through this in the public eyes. A lot of people go through things and y'all don't nobody see it. Yeah. But the way that we were brought up, my mom always said, hey, if y'all got problems with one another, we're going to keep it right here. In the house. And so when...
And the thing with that, mama around here told us to keep shit in the house. That's cool. That's cool. However, if you stole from me and we fussed about it, hey, it got out. And I keep telling y'all, that's the issue with Tamika. That something they knew that happened in-house got out the house. Okay? They were perfectly okay with her being pissed off secretly, as long as nobody else knew. Once it became public knowledge, then it's like, okay, we're gonna shame Tamika because you letting folk know about personal business. And I'm gonna say this too. In life, you do want to keep shit in house. You do. I told y'all. I told y'all when I was in my 20s that I would take everybody's car out, family. You know, I told her about that. Also, how my sister co-signed for me a car back in 2004. She co-signed for me a 2005 Malibu, and I was irresponsible. It got stolen, and I felt like, well, I don't have a car. I ain't got to pay for it. And at that time, I just didn't care. And that was wrong of me. You know what I'm saying? My sister was pissed for years about that because it messed up her credit. And she was pissed at me. And I can admit I was immature and I was not financially responsible. However, I rectified it. I fully apologized about it. I was, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, we never talked about that much outside the family. People knew, but it wasn't that much. But my mama was never like, okay, we're going to not say nothing because we don't want to bear it. It was like, no. JB was around here being irresponsible and was not paying a car note for a car. And she should have because it was co-signed by her sister. And I've since then paid the whole thing. I paid all 20, girl, that cost, oh, it was fucking Swiss for her. Paid the whole thing off. But my point is, your parents should never be trying to hide stuff just because they do not want the one child to be looked at in some kind of way. And it feel like the mom like, well, keep this in house to not embarrass Tasha. It wasn't about being in fairness. So each time the Tasha say, my mama raised us to keep our business inside, was because let's shut up about what I did wrong.
Things started going left. I'm like, what is this? And then two, my sister, you know, when you like attention, I don't care about all of that. I just want to sing.
You just want to sing.
With my sister, let me rewind. With my sister, she like attention. She want to be seen. Again, Let's keep putting the badness off on Tamika.
We have to go through this in the public eyes. A lot of people go through things and y'all don't nobody see it. Yeah. But the way that we were brought up, my mom always said, hey, if y'all got problems with one another, we're gonna keep it right here. In the house. And so when things started going left, I'm like, what is this? And then two, my sister, you know, when you like attention, I don't care about all of that. I just want to sing.
You just want to sing.
I didn't sign up for all the other extra that come along with it. I'm not good at lying. I'm just not good at that.
Why?
Again, the implication that your sister's good at lying. Pilgrims? Who talking about pilgrims? And the church be wanting folks to not pilgrims. But I also agree, Ariel. Tamika blew up, and she keeps saying, like, I didn't want to. I was pissed, and I just said it because she had been pissed for a long time. But again, if Tasha keeps changing the narrative.
Why do you think that was something that came out on the show, that type of accusation? Why do you think that somebody would say that?
I don't know, and it was strange because she said something about it, and then I didn't know to the extent until I watched it with you guys. I didn't know about 30. It was never brought up. My sisters never said anything about it. Keep in mind, we were together even when Candy and Tiny walked away. It was just the two of us. We had each other's So Def concert when she was pregnant. That's why I'm like, where's all this stuff coming from? But you know, it's very unfortunate that we're in this space. But you know, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth when the lie is so much more entertaining.
And I can tell you from an inspirational point, you know, we all know that God is a waymaker, right? Yes. But do you, and again, we took the TV show off the table. Do you still see a mend between the two of you?
Oh, for sure. I mean, and it's been said that she did it for TV. You know, sometimes people want that light to do spinoffs and others.
Did it for TV because some people want a spinoff. You hear that? People, they say, who was they? Who was they? Who was they? Mr. Brown? Who was they? Kareem Mockball. Is it the nigga from the bank? Who is they? Let me know who they is, Tasha.
It's more entertaining.
And I can tell you from an inspirational point, you know, we all know that God is a waymaker, right?
Yes.
But do you, and again, we took the TV show off the table. Do you still see a mend between the two of you?
Oh, for sure. I mean, and it's been said that she did it for TV. You know, sometimes people want that light to do spinoffs and other stuff. You know, so, and then at the end of the day, it's my sister, so she's probably like, okay, when the TV turned off, I'm about to go back to.
And that's hard to do that.
Yeah, I mean, because people look at it like you said those things. But she did the same thing to Candy. You know, she had to come back and apologize.
Again, you see how you want to fix it, but let me say, she did it to Candy. She be lying. She want attention. She want a show. She feel like she can say whatever on the show and come back and it won't be no big issue. Accusing somebody of stealing money is really illegal. It's literally defamation of character. Each time she talks, she gets deeper and deeper and changing the narrative.
The last show, so I don't know. Is it going to be an apology for me too?
You know, and I hate to say it, but it is what it is. The court of public opinion can be just so so aggravating. So when you're watching the show, it appears like we can't get this together because we can't agree on a headliner. We can't agree because I'm being accused of stealing money that I'm telling you I didn't steal. Yeah. And now it looks like we beefing back and forth. And now I got to deal with this outside of this TV show. Take all that off the table. Yes. You still have to deal with that as family.
That's family.
Yes.
No matter what anybody says. And I made a comment like, you know, when you're family, you can't do anything about that. So guess what? You can't. So you have to work it out. It wasn't a negative connotation. It was just, do you see yourself on the if?
I also want to say, she keep making up shit. Because I'm going to say this. Even if Tamika had never said Tasha stole her money, even if she had never said that, the way Tasha has been acting and moving on that show, we still would have liked her. You know what I'm saying? Even how she was acting outside of the $30,000 allegation, she still came off as not a genuine person. So that's the crazy part. Before we knew about the 30 grand, back when the Soul Train Awards was airing, we felt something then. We did not even know about this, and folks already felt some kind of way by how she was on social media back then.
There were. Do you see yourself on the season 2?
I do not.
I don't blame you.
You see who would have bet? You see Rocky back there? Y'all see him back there? Looking at her. You see Ike back there? Just staring. Just staring. Back there, looking at her. Say what I told you to say. Say what I told you to say. Now, he could just be tired. Yeah, he could be. It's been a long day. And there are many accusations against him and Tasha, so he could just be tired. But you see Rocky looking like, oh, yeah, let's get it on. Let's say this shit.
I do not. Especially if you feel like you're painted in a picture. Like, it's one thing to accuse somebody, and I'm not talking about anybody, I'm just saying in general for what we saw, right? As you know, as watching the show. But I would feel some type of way if somebody accused me of something, said that they actually had proof that I could go to jail, and then it'd be family.
Well, no, what's worse is when family stole your money. And not just $2, not just $20, at least $30,000.
Hard, ain't it?
How you come back from that?
Prayer. I promise you. It's gonna take prayer.
I mean,
and a lot of conversation. A lot of conversation. You know, and it's very strange to me because it's almost like when you don't hear anything, nobody's ever brought this up. And then when she brought it up during the filming, I still didn't know what it was until y'all watched it. We watched it together.
Back up.
Yeah. Like you talking about something that happened.
She keeps saying, I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing. Not that I watched it. I didn't know nothing. So somebody accused you of stealing money, and you didn't ask them, that person, not one question, not one. Not one. A person can't accuse me of being biased, and I don't cuss their ass out. So somebody came and accused me of taking $30K. I'm going to ask you what you're talking about. What do you mean? What money? When? How? We're going to sit around and have a conversation. Okay?
But you said, what she said, 10 years, 11 years? When she was pregnant with my niece?
Yeah, because she
I
said
was with
that
you the
her
whole
oldest was in
time
college.
when you was with my niece. We did shows together without the other two girls. So, no, nobody stole from you. And I don't know what this is about. You know, like I said, we were supposed to do a duet album together.
But don't you gotta have an ID? The cash, am I?
Yeah, listen.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it looked beneath the surface, absolutely.
I'm just asking.
Yes.
And we already know a passport was used. And again, girl.
Because I showed enough.
You can't. My husband can't even put a check in my, no.
Yeah, my husband can't put one in
mine.
Yeah, no,
it's not.
Even in the joint.
Come on, somebody. Yeah.
So, I want to show y'all all that so that when we sit up here and watch Tamika's video, we see why she was upset, what she meant, and why Tasha full of shit. Now, again, we know that in current time, in 2023, it is damn near impossible to deposit other folks' checks and this and that. There are so many checks and balances now because of how lenient shit used to be. We also know about 10 years ago, you were able to put a check, to endorse a check into someone's account. You would have to have a piece of ID. However, if it is direct deposit or an endorsed check, and you give somebody a copy of your ID or your passport, it can go through as long as it's a valid check and there are checks and balances that can happen. Okay? Period. I know this for a fact because that's how things go. I remember, I'm not gonna go there. I knew somebody, like here in Michigan. There's a store. There's an area here in Detroit. It's called Mack and Bewick. Okay, there's 2 streets here in Detroit. It's called Mack and Bewick. And years ago, when people were scamming and shit, people knew where to go because there were store owners and people who would literally deposit people's checks, like old folks or whatever. They would deposit people's checks in their accounts, let the check clear, withdraw the money, and give it to whoever had that stolen check. It was a huge shitstorm that was happening in Detroit and in the surrounding cities for years. And even if you were not involved, you knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who was doing that shit. The same way back in the day, you could go to the lady on 7 Mile and somewhere on West 7 Mile and get some fake car insurance for $50. So my issue is making it seem like it is impossible for anyone to deposit somebody else's check in their account 10 or 11 years ago. It's a lie. That's a lie. If you're going to defend yourself, it has to make sense. You can't say that's impossible when we all know that it's possible. Check fraud was a real thing. People stealing people's checks was a real thing. That is why the banks started to strengthen the rules, the regulations, and what you had to do to deposit a check in your account. That's why it sounds so dumb. That's why it sounds so dumb. Right. There will also be people saying you should never sign a check because if you sign that check, you've endorsed it. And somebody can deposit it in their account because you endorsed the check. That's why I keep saying her and Rocky not even giving valid reasons why Tasha's accusation is false. Oh, I can't put a check. How can I put a check in my account? Easily. I can tell you. Because the store on Mac and Bewick, because I've dated people who've been in their life. You know what I'm saying? In the past. Again, this is 10 years long ago, okay? I'm not saying another curse. I'm saying we've heard this shit happen. We know it's hard to do that now. It's not impossible. It's just harder. You have to really go into the bank, okay, and do stuff. Back in the day, you can drop a check. You could drop a signed check or deposit the check, in the ATM machine, and you would just wait for it to clear. And the person I told y'all when I was younger, when I got my income tax check back when I was in my teens and early 20s, I was probably 18, 19. My mom I would have to deposit my IRS check, my IRS refund check in my mom account. And we would go to the bank, show my ID, I would sign it, she would sign it, I would endorse it, and it would be deposited in her account. And I would wait days and it would be cleared. The fuck? So it's the crazy part that I'm like, do she not get? It's like she's saying, man, 2 + 2 not 4. It's 5. We like, bitch, that was 4. 2 + 2 can definitely be 4. You're lying, okay? So that's why I feel like she sounds stupid when she's denying it for that reason. Okay? And I also said, if somebody accused me on national television of stealing at least $30,000 from them, I'm suing you. It's defamation. I'm suing you. I'm suing you. The reason, and I said it in a previous previous review. I said the reason that Rocky and Tasha will not sue her is because they know it's true, and they felt like she will never put up the proof. And even I said, I don't think Tamika will put up the proof. I think she wants to leave it be. But as we just watched, Tasha kept doing interviews because Tasha is on a radio tour, not a music tour. She's on a radio tour. She's going from state to state, from city to city in a tour bus, doing radio interviews all across the world or wherever. Okay, we know that because Rocky brought that up in the Tasha K thing. So each time she's doing interviews, I think she's thinking, well, nobody is really seeing these in real time. Like, it's not that much, and blah, 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 blah. So as we see, she keeps doing these interviews that is making it seem like, too much white, it's making it seem like Tamika's lying and she's full of crap. So y'all push this lady to post receipts. Now we know that when Tasha K had the conversation interview, the leaked phone call with Rocky, even he was making say, it ain't true, whatever. Because they felt like Tamika ain't said shit all these years. She's been quiet all these years. And she's saying that, it slipped out. So she's not going to post this and that or the other. She ain't going to do. And she said, oh, no. She said, you want what you want to see, y'all? What you want to see?
Do you want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts?
Wow. Because all you can do is laugh. All you can do is laugh. So again, Natasha kept denying the claims of the $30,000, and I don't know, and she made it up for a storyline. That's all stuff we seen her just saying in the interviews. Okay, that was point one. Tamika said, "Bitch, not today." Honey, Tamika went and did a whole response video with all the receipts we have been asking for from day one. We kept saying, can we get some receipts? And today she said, oh, yes, you can. Okay. So on her IG, she posted YouTube, The Real Tamika Scott. God knows I didn't want to do this. This is not about the money you stole from me because I forgave you, sis. You're continuously sitting on all your interviews lying and saying I'm looking for a storyline and attention, knowing y'all stole my money. Trying to make people think I'm crazy and that I've lost my mind. And for your husband to call Sprint acting like he was my ex-husband with my social number, getting the passcode to my phone and changing it in 2006, okay? Getting access to my texts, pictures, and videos and trying to extort me. Oh, yeah. All of this is documented. You are evil. I'm sorry, no, y'all are evil. The other day, you said on Fox Soul, Cocktails with Queens, you were going to give me our $30,000. You stole. So you need to keep your word. Run me my check. I'm tired. And I said, oh, she even had a whole little thumb. Look, y'all know when they get the good thumbnails, they round here trying to be good YouTubers. I said, oh, she has a whole thumbnail? Okay. Girl, I said, she said, oh, I'm going to get your ass today. I'm going to get your ass today. I was like, okay. Now, have y'all liked the video? Have y'all liked my video? Have y'all? If y'all have not, give 30 seconds, like us, get some water, like the video. Because you can't be here and not like the video. Okay? It's not right. But let's get into it.
About this anymore. I don't want to do this. I really, really, truly in my heart do not want to do this. But I don't.
And y'all know I sped up the voices. I always speed up the voices. So y'all know that. It also makes the video go quicker.
I don't have a choice. My sister is online saying that I'm lying. She did a video saying, oh, you know how she lied. Because I said the things that I said about Candy to protect her. She was calling me crying in the phone, talking about a book Jermaine wrote, crying, saying Candy said she broke up the group. So I went to defend my sister, and I said a whole bunch of things about Candy. And I apologized. All right? So now she wants to hold that over my head and say that I'm lying about the money that was stolen from me, my royalties that were stolen from me. And she wanted an apology. Let me tell you something. She's not going to give an apology. And after I finish revealing what I'm about to reveal, I don't want an apology from her because I'm not vain like that. I'm not vain. I don't need an apology. I just need you to go somewhere and repent and ask God to forgive you and your husband who's out here being trifling, lying on me and my other group members, sending threat text messages from an anonymous number, but then turn around and do a video and say the same thing that's in the threat text. Girl.
Now, one, if y'all don't remember, back in the day, she was on the radio saying Candy bang Jermaine Dupri daddy, and all that stuff. But they discussed that in that last show, and she admitted she was lying. We all knew she did that in defense of Tasha. I don't think anyone ever thought what she said. Well, back then, folks questioned it. But I think as years went on, we knew she did it to defend for Tasha. So her admitting, like, yeah, Tasha was pissed, crying about Candy, saying whatever in Jermaine's book. And so I then went on the radio to distract anybody from what Candy may have said. So, but she's like, I admitted to that and said sorry. But my sister wanted to paint me as a liar based off that. And I mean, she trying to. She really, really is. And that's the crazy part to where when she's saying that I got this extortion text and it matches what someone, Rocky, was saying on a phone call days ago.
You and your husband had to be the most simplest criminals in the world.
So that's the text that she's saying someone sent.
How are you going to send me a threat text? Let me explain what the text. I will put it up here so you guys can see it. And, I might even share the video where she's saying things that's in the text. So, I got a threat text about me, Tiny, and Candy, all right? First of all, her husband says that I sent him naked pictures. And he said something about Tiny, and he said something about Candy that I'm not going to say, which are all lies. He's a devil.
We know he was on Tasha K. And what's the name? On Tasha K. That we all saw from before. He said on there, when Tasha was talking to him, he asked, oh, you ain't heard the news? That's about to be big news? And she said, well, the money? He said, no, that Tamika sent me naked photos, that Ty was caught sucking a transsexual person's penis, and how Tamika's in trouble. That Tiny's in trouble. So he had already said that on a phone call to Tasha K, that at that point in time, he didn't know would be made public. So the fact that he said something trying to make it public, she gets a text saying the same thing. Okay. Now let me read the text to y'all in case y'all can't see what it's saying. Tamika, I have now look, I'm gonna read it verbatim with all the fucked up grammar. Don't judge me. It's them. Tamika, I have a question for you. Which allegation is worse to the media? You accusing your sister of stealing 30K, or you texting and sending naked pictures to your sister's husband? We just got our hands on pictures and messages, so we gonna do you a favor and let you apologize to your sister and your mom like you did Candy. On Tasha's YouTube thing, she did say, "Oh, she said sorry to Candy. I'm waiting for my apology." Okay. It then says, again, we're waiting for you to apologize for your sister, your mom, like you did Candy, who set you up on the first place. Also, we have a video of you having sex with someone in 2016, and you can thank the person that's suing you for that. If you don't, we'll send all info to the media and your Kevin Costner husband, because her husband is a security guard. If you think it's a joke, don't apologize. You'll be defending yourself to your children, your husband, and the world. But you're not going to have to face shame by yourself. That the video of Todd sucking a penis. So again, the phone call with Tasha K was from, days ago. So it's like, but I said in my review, I said, he's saying that hoping Tasha K picks up on it and Tasha K repeats it, and Tasha K did not. No one really believed it at all. Okay, so she's showing, the same stuff he said on that phone call. Someone sent her on a supposed burner number phone.
He's evil. A lot of stuff has happened over the years where I have protected my sister and her husband because I wanted a family. I didn't want to be an outcast. I didn't want them not to love me anymore. So I took a lot of things, not just off of them, but also off my mom. So I did not want to be out here without love. So of course I let things ride. But to have that thrown back in my face, my loyalty to my family, and for you to say that I'm a liar when y'all are around here trying to extort me and you're sitting here threatening me, saying that I need to apologize and say I made a mistake. No, I didn't make no mistake. Miss Diane already explained to everybody that she signed all of us up for sound exchange.
Well, I signed escape.
Y'all know Miss Diane, that's Tiny Mama. Okay? Respect the mama. That's Tiny Mama.
Every one of them up for sound exchange. And I sent all the paperwork. And Tamika,
He's not security. He does personal security for celebrities. He's New Editions. I think right now he's on tour with New Edition. So he's not being a security guard is not a bad thing. Like, that's a job. Okay? But he's not like one at like Walgreens. He's security for different famous people. And kudos to him for having a job in general. Because we still don't know what Rocky do. Anyway, gonna keep going.
did Latocha, everybody. And Tamika told me when we filled out the paperwork, she was living in New York then, and I still have the paperwork, and I filled it out, and I put it. Her address was all in New York and everything. Tamika, my Tamika had gotten her checks, and it was a pretty big check then. I'm thinking it was like close to $20,000 the first time. They got a lot of checks though, and Tamika said I didn't get my checks.
And y'all know it's two Tamikas. Y'all know this is Tamika, but y'all know Tiny real name is Tamika, so that's why she's putting Tamika Scott. And, Tamika Cotta, who was, Tiny. Tiny's real name is Tamika. So that's why she's in two Tamikas. Also, the fact that she's telling us how, because I kept on thinking before, that she asked them about signing them up, but now we know she contacted each person to get their information to put it in. So that means Tasha knew about them being signed up. So, because I kept on wondering before, I'm like, I wonder how did Rocky or Tasha know to go and change shit. I didn't think about the fact that Mama Diane had asked all of them for their info. So they would have known what was going on. Okay. So, I mean, Mama Diane don't have no reason to lie, in my opinion.
And I said, well, you should have. I said, because Tamika's gotten several checks already. And so we called up to Sound Exchange. Me and Tamika was on the line. And we talked to, this guy's name was Joe Mo Grady. I think he's passed away, but back then, he was the person we talked to. And he talked to Tamika, and she asked him questions about her checks. Told her that her checks were going to Hampton, Georgia. And so after that, she said, well, I live in New York. How did this happen? And he sent her copies of the checks.
Mm-hmm.
He sent copies. He said something about your sister and Rocky, Edward Bivens, because I really didn't know Rocky's name.
Right, he said.
Well, Mama Diane said, he said Edward Bivens, meaning Mama Diane is remembering what happened. It seems genuine, like she's not making up shit. And when they were saying Rocky, but she did, for her to correct herself, said, well, no, they said Edward Bivens, and we didn't know who that was. So even that one part of her saying, well, not Rocky, it said Edward Bivens. That's Rocky's real name.
Edward Bivens cashed the checks. But how was I supposed to get my money back?
The only way you could get your money back is you had to prosecute him. And you said, I don't want to do that.
Once we did do the investigation, well, they sent information. Someone sent in, which was my sister, and I will be showing that in a second. She changed the contract and put her name on the contract saying that she was my manager. And you're going to see that in a second. And then they put they sent my passport. It was a lot of stuff.
I know he said, that they had proof. They thought it was you and everything. But there's only reason that you couldn't get your money back is you would have to prosecute them.
Thank you for doing that, because we're still getting checks today.
That's good.
And one part I cut out, but I'll repeat. Mama Diane was saying the only reason that she knew about this royalty thing, y'all know Tiny Daddy was a musician. He was in a group called, I forgot the name of his group, but she was saying that she was signing her husband's group up for their royalties. And she then thought, oh, well, let me also do the girls. So she's already well-versed in getting shit because of her husband and trying to help do stuff for the girls. And Mama Diane is not even taking sides in this. She just saying, well, I signed them up, told him this and that, you know what I'm saying? Right, the Tams. So she was doing that even for, for that group. And then just also did it for her daughter in the group. So again, girl.
Checks.
Yes, love you. Thank you.
I love Tasha still. I mean, I love her. I mean, I would never lie on none of y'all. I love y'all.
I know.
Y'all my babies.
Somehow, my information was changed and sent to Sound Exchange. Now, when my sister was asked about Sound Exchange, she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm not going to do too much, but I will clear my name. I will show you a few pieces of evidence that shows how they went in and they changed my address to their address. How they changed my email. Everything that Miss Diane did was changed by my sister, Latocha Scott.
Now, this is all, I ain't said shit. Hold on, y'all. I ain't said shit. Okay? This is stuff that Tamika put out. And the fact that, the address is the same, how that's not her signature. The handwriting on all three forms seems to be the same. Just a different pen being used. Even how the last name Scott had the two T's looking like an S. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like from the handwriting of all three forms, the stuff is a bit different. Okay, just saying.
I will give you evidence. Now, the misconception is the $30,000. It wasn't one check. It was multiple checks. It wasn't just one.
And the signature. So, people kept saying, show the proof. Okay. And she's saying That's not my signature on there. And we see the name on the bottom is two names signed, meaning two people send a check. If Tamika cashed her own check, she would need to sign or have a second name on that thing. And the fact that the back of the check shows someone endorsed it and that bottom name is allegedly Edward Bivens, girl, girl, look. All I'm gonna say is,
Do you want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts?
I mean, ask and you shall receive. So look, that check was endorsed. That check was endorsed. That ain't a check of someone who just put it in their own account of cash. That check was endorsed to be put into somebody else's account. Period. And for anybody, because we don't use checks much nowadays or whatever, between CashApp and Venmo and just direct deposit. People don't do checks that often. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a cashier check or something like that. When you ask for a copy of a check, that's exactly how it looks because it's a copy of the front and back of a check. And even though we don't see the front of the check, we don't need to because, again, the back of it proves somebody had that check, endorsed that check, signs her name to put it in a bank in Atlanta while Tamika was living in New York. They kept asking her, post the receipts. And so she did. And Mama Diane, who was very neutral in her explanation on what happened, she did not imply that Tasha did shit. All she said was, I signed them up. I talked to each girl, got all of their information, and Tamika gave me her info for her address in New York at the time. I have the paperwork still. And the fact that we know that someone changed it from New York to Atlanta, even how on here you say that's her sister email. Oh, no. And again, this paperwork is from, 10, 11 years ago, so it's old stuff. But the signatures, okay, them signatures and she's saying that's not my signature. They asked for proof and she gave it. To me, the biggest proof is the check that's endorsed by E.B. Edward Bivens.
So I was very nice. I was being very nice to say that only $30,000 was stolen from me. I was very nice to say only $30,000 was taken from me, stolen from me rather. So, you want your apology?
Because the kicker is, even Mama Diane said, they got a few checks. It wasn't just one check. Mama Diane said the first check was about $20K. It was a couple checks. And even how Tamika told her earlier, told Mama Diane too, how they're still getting checks to this day from that. So that was one amount, plus the amount of taxes I had to pay on that money. And when you are an independent contractor, you're getting paid, even for YouTubers. We have all the money we make on YouTube we have to pay taxes on that money. So she had to pay taxes on money she did not get because it was under her name and her social.
How about I give them proof what you did? Just a little bit, not a lot. I'm not trying to bury you. You just need to stop being out here saying these false things, you and your husband, these threats and everything else. It's not going to work. Oh yeah, one of the threats were that my tape, I have a sex tape that I did. Yes, when I was in my 20s, I did a sex tape. So, you know, I didn't want to take it back to my house, so I gave the tape to my sister and told her to hold it. So, you know, I can watch it every now and then. You know, I just got to be honest with you. I was looking good on the tape. But
people do sex tapes all the time.
Anyway.
They do. Now, I feel like we knew how close Tamika and Tasha was. We've always seen them as the closest of closest sisters. So much so, we see how she would ignore shit Tasha did. So I can see her giving, you know, because if you don't want to take it home, give it to somebody you can trust. Okay.
I gave it to my sister, so I went back to get it. She said someone stole it out of her safe. So I said, okay, well, who got the safe code? Who got the code to your safe? She said only her and her husband. But somebody stole my tape. Now I'm about to be blackmailed by them. If I don't apologize, they're going to put the tape out. This is what the text says. So, you know what? You're not going to scare me. You got my tape, but you said you didn't have my tape. Now all of a sudden you want to extort me and put the tape out?
And how somebody had a 2016 sex tape, also has photos of Todd allegedly doing stuff we don't believe, and it's all really, and you're gonna use all that to force Tamika to say sorry, we done steal shit.
And you're doing a gospel album. Let's talk about that. So, at the beginning of last year, my grandmother and my mom all were saying they wanted me and my sister to do a gospel album. So the management at the time went and I sat down with her, and she said that Motown Records offered me and my sister a gospel deal, right? So my sister came up to my house in March of last year. Came up, spent the night, got snowed in, we were singing, we were cooking, having a good time. But it was a scratch in the record when I told her that we need to split everything down the middle. We need to write everything, we need to create everything together. And all of a sudden she was outraged. She was like, well, this is what I do. I do music. You can do screenplays and you can write plays and movies, but I'm the singer in the family. So me and my husband was looking like, what just happened here? We're sitting here talking about a gospel deal for us, and she just went bananas. I'm the singer. I'm this. I write.
Bitch, if y'all don't look if y'all don't watch Family Guy and know the scene where they have the lady go crazy, I'm like, not using the girl.
Do this. So between all the eyes, I was tired from cooking and cleaning. I fell asleep on her butt. But when I fell asleep, my husband said she kept talking. He walked out. She was just mad. So when she left my house, she never mentioned it again. Now, she posted receipts on her thing saying that Rocky got us a deal. But if you look real close to the paperwork, like I did, I screenshot it and read it. It says, dear, whatever the guy name was. She was asking questions. She said, what's his name? The manager, Rocky, and I. So
that we looked at that earlier, where it do look like Rocky is not sending this email. And the crazy part was Tasha put that email in her thing. You put a piece of proof in your thing that proved Rocky didn't send the damn email. Somebody else did. So somebody else was working on this deal on your behalf. But she likes to make it seem as if Rocky does it all.
And I was not Rocky. It was the lady who sat down with us and told us she got us the deal. Our old management. So how did Rocky get us the deal? I was just so sick and tired of her praising him like he's God. It's like she want him to be this big. Okay, Tamika, stay focused. Stay focused. But he did not get us the deal. I'm sure he was the one that talked her out of it, or both of them, because it's how you steal my money and steal our gospel deal. Oh, and it gets better. Check this out. So I have people calling me, sending me. I'm in church. This is the crazy thing about it. I'm in church and I got a text, and somebody said, "What's going on with this?" So evidently, if you go on your cable network and you look up a show, underneath the show will tell you who the actors are or who the people are that's on the show. Someone has went and replaced my pictures with my sister.
Girl, not putting Tamika as Tasha. Girl.
So not only did you steal money, And our gospel album that we told grandmama that we were going to do. But now, if you all go look, now my image is gone and is replaced with her pictures. Yeah, it's just a lot of cricket stuff that has happened. And it's something about Todd, he said in the text. But it's crazy because things that were in that threat text, when my sister did her interview on her bus, dogging everybody out, talking about Candy, talking about I lied, certain things that were in that threatened text was in what she said. Wow. They mentioned a tattoo that only she knew about. They mentioned the sex tape that mysteriously disappeared. They mentioned pictures that was never sent to him when he cracked my door phone by saying he was my ex-husband. They are evil, evil people, but I'm not going to allow you to keep sitting out here and giving false narrative about me. I've had your back. I was stupid. I did things, and you throw it in my face, and you want to do a video, say, oh, you know how she is. I owned up to that. When I was wrong, I apologize.
Because the only thing we've ever heard of Tamika lying about was her lying on Candy for Tasha. I think we've always heard about Tasha being difficult. We've always known about Tasha and Candy not getting along. I think, both Candy and Tasha have played a part in their beef or whatever. But Candy, in my opinion, admit we don't rock. You know what I'm saying? But Tasha just won't admit to nothing.
This time, I'm not wrong. The evidence is here. I'm not talking about this anymore after this. Now the world knows that you are a liar that is doing a gospel album. Thief. Stealing from the church, stealing from your sister, stealing my identity. But what you won't do is steal my pride. Go ahead. Leak the tape that you said you lost. Go ahead. Embarrass your niece. Go ahead. Because you really don't care nothing about them because you would have never stole for them in the beginning. Go ahead. And watch what God does. God don't play about me. I don't hurt nobody. I don't do nothing. And the thing I did about Candy, I was in my late 20s. We're almost 50 years old. And you still holding it over my head. But I'm glad that she forgave me. But I forgive you. As I did before. Never meant to mention it. I was just pushed in a corner. Because you tried to destroy me in that first scene. But hey, it's life. And like you said, we're sisters, but not by choice. Words are powerful. And I'm starting to listen. It's a difference between hearing and listening, and I'm listening. Well, I love you. But what you won't do is make me look like a liar. I've grown from my mistakes, and I've learned. And I'm not letting nobody put nothing over my head of my past. But you, ma'am, don't have to apologize to me. Go apologize to God. And apologize to my nephew. And apologize to my children. God bless you, girl.
It's a God bless you for me. Okay? It's a God bless you. Okay? Apologize to everybody. I don't need you no more. And look, that was her whole thing. I just, who do y'all believe? I want y'all to put into the chat. Do you believe Tamika or do you believe Tasha? Just say the name. Just say Tasha or Tamika. I just wanted to, do anybody still feel like Tamika lying and Tasha is being honest and Tasha's being set up? Is anybody, trying to be there for Tasha? Do we think that Tasha and this foolishness is really, all a scheme that Todd set up to bring us the bullshit? Okay? Does anybody think that? I just wonder because, Tamika really is around here. Her story has not changed. Even when she elaborates, it's not a different story. She just gives us more and more information as she keeps telling us what I believe Miss Diane. She just keeps being honest. Girl, I know. I just like to add because I think people, feel like some folks are being biased. No one wants to believe Tasha, and no one wants. That's why I always try to play both people's sides, so that no one can say, "Well, you only played what Tamika said." It's like, no, I played both Tamika and Tasha. Okay, because we have to be sure to, you know what I'm saying? Look at not your girls. God damn it, Sam. She got a Tamika avatar. Lord, okay. I believe Miss Diane. And this is the thing. No one is blindly believing Tamika. That's the thing. We literally, you know, I switched to Tamika. You used to believe Tasha. Well, girl, welcome to the scene. But again, you know what I'm saying? We have watched both of their commentaries. You know, both of them have done a YouTube video. Both of them have done, you know, different interviews. We've now heard from Miss Diane. You know, the fact that we'd also heard from Candy and Tamika and Tiny, who just at first said how, you know, we were all getting checks. The first thing was the fact that we knew they was all getting checks. Okay, everybody was getting checks. And once I felt like we heard that, you know, they was all really getting checks, it was like, okay, well, we know they're getting checks, so why would Tamika have to tell a story? And again, I feel like Tasha and Rocky, one, did not think this story would come out on the show. I think they also felt like it wouldn't be a big issue if she act like, well, I don't know what she mean. I don't know. You know, so I believe I do feel like it's a landslide. It's a landslide. It's the final countdown. Mom, you still okay, Mama? You still woke right now? 7:30. You ain't sleep in the bed. Y'all finna be done in a minute though. Love you. But yeah, I hope y'all have already did all this. Okay, did all this. So just subscribing and hit the notification, the notification bell. Hit thumbs up, share, and all those things. Okay. I'll believe Aura of the Kelly. Not you believe Aura of the Kelly, but I'll believe Rocky and Tasha. I agree. Hey, I can't pronounce your name right, but I know you're a member. Oh, praise. Oh, I'm so dumb. Praise always. Praise and always. I get it. I agree that this will absolutely hurt her solo career. I won't say it's going to kill it. I think she's going to have to stop talking about it. You know, the show only has 2 more episodes. So a part of me do believe that once the show is off the air and, you know, stuff die down, people may forget about it or whatever. But I think she will always be judged based on it. And I think, you know, Tamika putting out these actual receipts, I do wonder how her deal with Motown Gospel, how that will go. Because it's like, even if that's not proof that Tasha did something verbatim, even though we think she wrote it out, it's for sure her husband did. Did you catch at the end of Tamika say escape? Yes, I did. I didn't put it. She said they were coming up with some new stuff. We shall see. We shall see. Tasha is still in interviews making it seem like she's still like actively in escape. And to me, I feel like, girl, even though I know they have not put her out the group, I also feel like Candy told you already, ma'am, we won't ever perform again together. So I think the fact that Tasha went so far as to tease Candy's voice and do all these things, even if her career in solo don't work out, I don't see her being able to come back to Escape without fully acknowledging her actions, because it's the equivalent of me and you go together and I'm plus size and we break up and all of a sudden I'm a fat bitch. I was fat when you was with me, but now I'm a fat bitch. broke up, now I'm fat, and you don't like whatever, and you want to come back to me. And I'm like, Negro, I was a fat bitch. No. So it's the equivalent of you can't come back to the group. I'm a bad singer, remember? I can't sing, remember? I had a fucked up voice, remember? You can't come back from that. And yeah, hey, Leave Nicole, that's the crazy part. And she's fully covering for Rocky, allegedly. Okay? She's fully covering for whoever it was whoever stole Tamika's money and signed Edward Bivens and changed the paperwork for the check to be sent somewhere else. Somebody covering for some damn body. If Wendy motherfucking Williams was still on the television, ooh, ratings gold. Hell, Wendy ass need to get on YouTube and do hot topics. You hear me? If Wendy did a video of hot topics once a week and posted that shit to YouTube the same way Candy and all these folks' videos is getting hundreds of thousands popping. She don't need no podcast. Put her ass on her YouTube and let it be. Okay? And yes, you can fully hear the hurt into because every time she talk about it, she physically looks sick and hurt. When Tasha talks about it, she looks cold and stoic, like I have to hold up this facade of innocence, and I rarely see any trueness come through. You know what I'm saying? So that's the sad part. She did all this trying to distance herself and thinking people will rock with me. And I'm like, man, if you did not see when that dress shit happened at the awards, how folks were pissed at y'all. Some folks was pissed at her. Some was pissed at the other three. If you did not know then, hey, people gonna pick a side. You had ample time for y'all to come up with a strategy to handle this shit. And handling it did not mean, hey, let's just deny it. Let's just say it never happened. Let's just say that Latocha is innocent. Let's just say Tamika is batshit crazy. It's like that ain't gonna work. It isn't. And the fact I almost said bitch. Almost, because that's how I talk to my friends. Not touching on me on death row. I mean, they hiring. They had ample time to handle this shit. Or the decision could have been, don't address it. Let the show play out. Promote your album. Don't say nothing about nothing. Leave it at, she accused me of doing this. I didn't do it. We'll handle it later. That's it. But it's the fact that she kept trying to defend it. It made it look worse. It made it look like, oh, you full of shit. It made it look like, oh, your sister's a liar. Oh, she's lying. And it's the same thing about why Candy was pissed at Tamar. You can have an opinion, but once you make it seem as if I'm lying and you keep reiterating I'm lying, we got an issue. And they pushed it to the point to where Tamika had no choice but to do what, y'all?
Do you want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts?
No. Be careful what you ask for. Because everybody kept saying, she got to show the receipts. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we see that there is lies as far as the 30K, the lies with Rocky and old girl. Even the fact that Rocky was on Tasha K saying that girl a stalker, but why she have 5 years of text between y'all? 5 years of text between y'all. Where'd it come from? And it seemed like people in their marriage can do whatever they want. If you want to allow your husband to have outside women that he put his penis in, that's on you. I do not judge anybody who has. I'm gonna be reviewing that show called Searching for a Brother Husband. I'm reviewing that shit. That I'm gonna have reviews of this weekend. I don't knock anybody for doing what makes them happy in their marriage. However, when you start denying shit, like we don't see what we see, and like there was not some kind of other relationship, okay, that's one lie. We then go over here to the sister being accused of stealing some money via her husband. And y'all want to ignore the fact that we see something going on right here. The fact that Tasha kind of wants to rewrite history and say, well, Candy was the one who asked Rocky to sign us. Now, like that'll make Candy was the youngest. So y'all let the youngest person make a group decision for all y'all. It was Kid Girl. And if Tasha wants to be with Rocky, cool. Be with him. But no, when he do shit that make you look dumb, people gonna look at you like, you dumb, girl. And each time I always say, when I do story times, it's just off the top of the dome. It's a memory. I'm remembering this shit. When people have to sit and slowly talk to remember, no, it's something ain't right. Something ain't right. And the way that Rocky talked to Tasha K, rambling and shit not connected, nothing connecting, he fast talking shit don't make sense. Whereas Tasha slowly says what she's saying and spins it. You know, because she wants attention for a show. She wants a spinoff. I don't like attention. I didn't know where the 30K came from. I found out like y'all did on the TV. I've been calling and messaging her. I mean, I want peace, but Tamika has grown up, and some people hate when they're used to being able to use you and treat you any kind of way, and you finally stop them from doing that to you. And Tamika, on the show, where she's probably used to, well, not used to, I feel like and this is my opinion, not a fact. Tamika, that mama, and Tasha, when they have drama, Tasha and that mama is used to Tamika shutting down and just allowing them to back her into a corner to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Love me. Forgive me. Don't take your love away from me. They're used to that. When Tasha was smirking at Tamika and she got pissed and she finally responded back like, Mama, you be quiet. The same as when they stole my money. You got quiet then, how you quiet now. It came out so quick, you could tell Tamika did not realize what she said. And she was like, my money. And it was frustration coming out of her. Frustration. Every action after that was somebody reacting and finally saying shit what's been boiled up in them for a long time. And I said it before, and I'm going to say it again in closing. When someone is telling me on TV or in front of cameras, and I'm like, other folks are seeing it and they're accusing me of something I did not do, we finna have a full-fledged argument conversation. Because bitch, tell me when, tell me who, what, when, where, how did I take your money? Show me the proof. And once she showed me checks with my husband's name on it, okay, we have an issue, because that's proof. I didn't do it, but somebody did. You know what I'm saying? No, never will any innocent person not want to talk about someone accusing them of stealing to clear it up on national television. No one would ignore that. And Tasha would consistently does not want to talk about it on the show. The fact that they showed Tamika do the accusation, if Tasha at any point in time had said, let's have a conversation, they would have showed that. Tasha not saying shit because she knows she can't defend this shit. She's in interview saying, I didn't know what she was talking about, because she feel like that's a good denial. When folks said that ain't enough, she then added on, how can Rocky deposit a check? And this is how. And now it is, I wanted clarification. I've always wanted clarity. 2, she making shit up for the TV show to get a second season or a spinoff. Tamika could really be on Housewives of Atlanta. She's cool with Candy. She's already on Bravo for the second time. I feel like if she wanted to, she could get a show. Tasha keeps changing the narrative while not want to talk to her sister on camera, because why? She can't. Her and Rocky know they do not want to be on camera speaking about that shit. When Rocky called Tasha K, he did not think, and I don't know why. I don't know why. He did not think that she was one recording the call. Not only was she recording the call, he did not think that she would play the shit for the world to see. He did not think that, not for one green second. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, thank you. He had no idea, in my opinion, that's what she was going to do. That video now has 237,000 views. Everybody and their mama, everyone and their mama has watched Explosive Call the Rocky Chronicles. He didn't think that call would come out.
What a long.
Okay? He didn't think that at all. No, he didn't. He didn't think that through. He really thought, I'm that deal. The same way Tasha feel like she that bitch, she's the voice. I'm the voice. I'm the voice, Curtis. I'm the voice. It's supposed to be me, not Dina. I was prom queen. Tasha believed, and I mean Latocha Scott, not Tasha K. Tasha believed that she was queen of whatever and could not be touched. Rocky think he's daddy's son. Okay, King Kong ain't got nothing on me. He think he King Kong. He thought, I'ma call Tasha on the phone, and she not gonna. It ain't gonna be nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing. And he did not think all the talking he did, the talking in circles. You got me going in circles. That she would just play the whole call for folks to listen to. And I'm pretty sure, in whatever state she was in, has to be a one-party state, in my opinion. I don't know. Because the phone call she had with him, she had like 2 days prior. And Tasha K, in my opinion, has fully learned from that shit with Cardi B. $4 million worth of learning. So I do not think anything she put out currently will get her in. I think everything she do, before she do it, she asked the question, should I do this? Could I do this? And what is the legal ramifications if I do? Tasha K today is not the same Tasha K from 5 years ago. And I need y'all to understand that. And I was the first one to say that what she said about Cardi B in them old videos was fucked up. Okay? But the team she has, how they handle things, is completely different now because she's on a whole different level now. So please, even she was live today. Tasha K was live today. She was talking about this stuff too. And she brought up something, but she said on camera, she said, I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to ask my team if I can say something before I say it. You want to know why? Because she learned the lesson. And she's not just saying whatever because someone told her some shit. And she walked off camera. The mic was muted. And she came back about, some seconds later and said, this is what someone sent me. And I know for a fact, and I assume it's some shit in the water. And you could also tell by the phone call, Rocky really thought he was talking to a friend or a fan. Because he kept talking to her as if they was cool. I'm like, you don't know that lady. You don't know her. He think he has clout. And no, the reason I know or I feel, the reason I think, my assumption is that he did not know he was being recorded or something she would put up on her YouTube was because he was saying too much. He was saying too much shit that did not make any sense. He was talking to someone who it was ran. When people know they being recorded, they don't say. He would have never said about him knowing people. And he's like an Olivia Pope. He fixes things. He wouldn't have said any of that shit. He was stupid. No, Tasha K talked to him the first time because she said he called her the first when Tasha said that he called her the day after she interviewed Unique, and she was on her way back to Florida. That was one conversation, and she's like, "I let him talk." This was the second conversation. This wasn't she wasn't on live, and he called in. This was a pre-recorded conversation that she played during her live. Because this was her, very wrong. Let's see. Because I can't skip it. Because she do that sometimes. Her lives, she'll be live, but she will input a video to watch on the live. And that's the difference. She was on live, because this is her live that day. That's what she had on. When she talked to him, that was, God, every time I click this different thing, I'm stop sharing it. It was two different things. You know what I'm saying? So either way it go, even if he knew she was recording, he's stupid. Because she was gonna play it. And it just helped reiterate he's an idiot. Tasha K said at one point in the video that I learned you won't get me again, meaning talking to whoever that girl was who was talking about Cardi B, and talking to her, and the girl saying stuff about Cardi B, and then Tasha running with it, and that's why Tasha got sued. I think her point was, never again will I be talking to someone and it be a thing of me saying what they said and I have no proof. So I'm going to put him on the line, let him say all this shit, and that's going to be that. So that's on him. So everything that Rocky and Tasha have said in interviews, over the phone, in person, and all these things does not make them look smart. The smart thing to do would have been to not say shit. To not say nothing. And when somebody accuses you of stealing $30K, my response would be, my lawyers are on it. Sister or not, my lawyers are on it. Even if you're not suing, my lawyer is on it. Would always be my response. So that way, no one can ask me shit. Truth be told, the reason that Tasha Scott, may be getting all these interviews is because folks want to talk to her about the messiness of it all. Yes, they touch on her song and this album coming out next week. Yes, whatever. But the majority of the questions is also about this mess. And you on a gospel album tour, promotional tour, and can't not discuss the mess. When shit go wrong and shit pop off, you make one statement. This is why this happened. This is why whatever. You say your one statement and you move on. You keep moving on with your business. You keep working. You do not let anyone keep asking you about the shit that you've already discussed. And if they do keep asking you about stuff you've already discussed, you make sure to give them the same answer. Whatever your first statement was, that's your statement. That even if that ain't the truth, even if it's more dirt, messiness, and bullshit that really happened, you give them the gist of, me and my sister is beefed out right now because she accused me of doing something that I don't believe I had anything to do with. And because she feel that way and I feel this way right now, we're at odds. And that's that on that. And you move on. And if you stop addressing the questions, stop answering shit, people will either stop asking you about it while interviewing you, or they won't ask you for an interview. And you then know who's really wanting to talk to you for your music versus those who really want to also get into the bullshit. Anyway, y'all, that's all. That's all I have. Okay. I will be live tomorrow, probably around 5 p.m. I think, for a quick live. I'm working from home tomorrow, so please be sure to have your notifications on. I will post on IG when I'll be live and what I will be live about, because I don't know yet. But I'm going to stand off. We had a whole great time tonight, y'all. A great time was had by all. The foolishness was discussed. I hope everyone has already liked the video. I hope y'all will also share the video, to subscribe to my channel. Okay. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, also on Twitter and TikTok. It was a great time, y'all. Okay, I'm tired. My whole voice is tired, y'all. But I'm happy we were able to have a full-fledged conversation about it all, because that's what matters. Okay, that's what matters. And always know, if somebody accused you of stealing and you didn't do it, just say you did not do it and then shut the fuck up. Okay, hush it on up. Anyway.